Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. I'm not too bad.
I've heard it's your birthday today, so thank you for joining us on your birthday.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Not really doing
Uh,
much. I'm just in a hotel at the moment. So
Well, welcome to Millwall Fan TV. Just ten quick questions for you to let you get on with your day.
yeah, no worries, man.
So the first question is, what was your favourite moment whilst at Millwall?
Um, Obviously making my debut was good. Um, FA Cup semi final. That was amazing. That's right up there. And probably scoring the free kick against Charlton. Uh,
Yeah.
them three are hard to pick, but if I had to
Yeah.
pick one, I'd say probably playing at Wembley, the FA Cup semi final.
Yeah.
That was
Perfect.
amazing.
Yeah, thank you very much. You scored a fantastic free kick away at Charlton. Had you been practicing free kicks in training, and how did it feel scoring such a great goal in front of 3,000 Millwall fans in a big derby?
Yeah, you know what? I was actually practicing. Me and Liam Trotter were actually messing about in training. And we took out a few mannequins, and I was just hitting a few balls, and like they were flying into the top corner, like in training. And I was like, you know what? I fancy my chances. So obviously, it came to the game. It was a lot further out that I'd been practicing, but I just thought, you know what? I'm just gonna have a dig. And
Yeah.
literally, I just caught it. I just caught it so sweet. As soon as I left my foot, I know it was going in. When
Yeah.
I look back at it, the keeper probably could have saved it. To be honest, he got a hand to it, but yeah, just a crazy feel. And in a derby game against Charlton as well at their place, it was just amazing to score in
Yeah.
front of the Millwall fans as well.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was in the crowd and I just couldn't believe it when I've never seen you hit a free kick, so it was amazing.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen people are showing me a few videos on YouTube and that, and you hear fans saying, "What's he doing? Like, is he actually going to shoot?" And then obviously when it leaves my foot, they're going mental. So it's quite funny.
Thank you. Third question: you played us obviously you played in all of Mill's FA Cup games on the way to the semi-final against Wigan at Wembley. What did you make of our FA Cup run that year, and were you surprised to make it to the semis?
Yeah, it was amazing. We just we took it game by game. So for us, we just carry on to the next round, next round, next round, and that season we had an amazing team spirit, great group of boys in the change room, and obviously we in the Blackburn game.
Yeah,
It was fantastic. Two scores through. I actually remember as well because I actually made a goal line clearance as well in that game,
yeah,
which was important. I think it was 0-0 at the time. So yeah, so for me personally, it was a great feeling, and then obviously to get to Wembley, it's every kid's dream to play there, and I was lucky, that I got the opportunity to do that.
yeah. Great day, and just unfortunately about the result. But fourth question: you played in two positions, left back
Yeah.
and centre back. Which one did you prefer to play in, and why?
Um, it's a tough one really because I probably had one of my best seasons at left back, majority at left back under Kenny Jackett. So, but for me, I've always seen myself as a centre half. As a centre back, for me, I enjoy playing there more. And when I felt I had a run of games there, I did quite well. But with regards to obviously Kenny Jackett, he likes a certain type of player at fullbacks. He wanted someone who was usually bigger in size and a little bit more defensively. So for me, it suited me perfectly. I would really just support from behind the wingers and
Yeah,
just try to do my job defensively and stop the wingers getting crosses in and using my aerial ability to help out at the back there. So, but I think for the gaffer at the time, it was good that I could play two positions. So
yeah,
I was adaptable.
yeah. Question five, obviously that moves on to Kenny Jackett now. What was it like to play under Kenny Jackett?
I actually loved him, to be honest. He's a really, really good manager, good tactician. We did a lot of shaping training. He was very smart tactically, and I actually thought he was hilarious as well. He had a real dry sense of humour. I thought he was great with the boys. He knew how to handle, certain players. Some lads, you need to kick up the arse. Other lads need arm around them. Other lads, you just don't. You just leave them alone. Just let them get on with their job. And
Yeah,
yeah, I really enjoyed playing under him. Obviously, he brought me there on loan, and it just shows, if you look at even the time I was there, the caliber of player he was able to attract on loan. Obviously, because we had a real small budget for the championship at that time, he was able to attract some amazing players on loan. So I think that just shows the type of man, the type of person he is, and the type of man manager he is as well.
Yeah, he was definitely a fan's favourite for the time he was at Millwall.
Yeah.
Sixth question: what do you / don't you miss most about playing professional football in England, and how do you think you'd fare in today's sort of championship if you're playing in your prime?
I think one of the things I miss the most, obviously, now I'm playing in Qatar. There's not as many fans here. The atmosphere at the stadiums
Yeah,
is completely different. There's not a lot of people that come watch the games here. So obviously that element in England is amazing. Going to away stadiums as well. I used to love it. And God's playing in the prime. I don't know. Scott Barron's into that. The championship, seems to be a lot faster. The lads there are massive machines, and I kind of agree with him after watching it myself. So it's quite hard to know how well I do now. But I'd like to think I'll be able to give it a crack.
yeah. Question 7: how big a part does a packed den help Millwall, but also intimidate the away team?
Yeah, I used to love playing at the Den. You've seen certain players used to shit their pants. Sorry for swearing, but like when they used to come there, you used to see it. They used to just go into their shell. But I used to love it. And obviously, other teams' players they thrived off that atmosphere as well. They loved getting booed and that as well. So I think for everyone, it was amazing. Obviously, the Millwall fans get a little bit of a bad rap, their reputation, that, but when it was rocking, it was amazing. So yeah, I really loved it. Really loved playing at the Den.
Thank you. In question 8, you're now playing football in Qatar. How does English football differ to football in Qatar? Obviously, you mentioned the stadiums, but is there anything else?
Yeah, obviously, Qatar's still a small sort of league in comparison to leagues in England. But what they have done, they've invested heavily in football here, into their national team, into the facilities. Obviously, the World Cup's coming, so I've actually played in a couple of the new World Cup stadiums, and they are amazing, like really, really good. They're all climate controlled, they're air conditioning in there, so temperature. So the amount of money that they've invested, and actually some of the training facilities here, they're Prem standard or higher, like the pitches and that. So it's still a small league, but you can only have 5 foreign players here in the league as well. The rest are locals. So what they usually do is they spend money on the foreign players, and you've got some big players that come to this league and play. Mandzukic is here. I was at Juve last year. Just one off the top of my head. In my team, Mohamed Diame was at Newcastle last year. He's in my team. So yeah, so there's in that sense, it's good. You're always playing against, and they usually, with the foreign players, they usually spend the money on attacking players. So for myself, I'm usually playing against high quality opposition.
Yeah, yeah. Question 9: who was the biggest character in the changing room during your time at Millwall?
Oh, there was a few. To be honest with you, my time there, we had a great group of boys. Honestly, the team spirit was amazing. I think that's pretty much what got us results a lot of the time. Everyone used to get on with each other. The banter used to be flying. But obviously there was a couple, like Darius Henderson was one really good friend of mine.
Yeah.
He was real funny. He used to do some mad things. Great player as well. We had Stephen Bywater, a goalkeeper, for a little while. Obviously, there's stories about him. He's a funny guy. Yeah, just loads of people, really. Everyone in the change room was amazing. Obviously, we had a lot of players come in on loan, and they just seemed to fit in with the group that we had at the time.
Thank you. Number 10, in your time at Millwall, who was the best Millwall player you played with?
I think the obvious one that sticks out is, Harry Kane.
Yeah, definitely.
He came on loan, and he scored some of the best goals I've ever seen in training. Like, unbelievable finisher, left foot, right foot, head. He had everything. look, I'll be honest as well. Like, I knew he was going to get to the Prem, but I didn't think he was going to get to the heights. You know,
Yeah.
one of the best strikers in the world. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't think he was going to. You know, because if you actually look at his career, he actually had a couple of loan moves that didn't really go his way as well. And
Yeah.
then obviously, then he went back to Tottenham and he started flying.
Yeah.
So obviously he was one. I'm trying to think for impacts, you know, with players. I think at the time when we signed Chris Wood on loan, he
Yeah.
scored loads of goals for us, and I think actually at the time, around December time, I think we were like third or fourth in the champ at the time. And he was scoring loads of goals. We had him, we had like Andy Keogh banging goals in as well. So for us, you know, losing him in January is what pretty much slid us down the table because we lost all our goals. So
Yeah.
for impact, he's got to be up there as well.
I was going to add one last question in for you before you go. You know, how do you make what do you make of Millwall's playoff chances this year? Have you been keeping a close eye on them, or what do you believe you might be able
Yeah,
to?
I have actually. Yeah, I actually. Can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
sorry, just cut off there.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been keeping track obviously now because I had a little chat to Sean Williams yesterday. He gave me a little message over Instagram. I was just chatting to him, and because I actually played under Gary Rowell I was at Burnley for 6 months after I left Leyton Orient, so he was the manager there. And I thought he was amazing. I think he's an amazing, even though I hardly played under him. I was on the bench all the time. I thought he was an amazing man manager. And when I seen that he was going to Millwall, I thought, yeah, you know, them two will work perfectly. And I think, you know, they've got a great chance, as I said, with him at the helm. So, you know, I'll be keeping an eye out for the results.
Yeah. Thank you, Shane. Thank you for joining us, and I'll let you get on with your day. Hope you have a good rest of your birthday, and good luck for the future.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Just as
Thanks,
I
mate.
said,
Thank you.
that concludes. So thank you for joining us, and have a good rest of your birthday, and good luck for the future.
You're welcome.